you doing?
I'm passing the string through.
We're putting tape on it? Oh. So it doesn't get caught. So it stays on?
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna keep guessing.
Well, if you've ever heard of happy accidents, we are drilling holes using the old Starlink bit that we had through the garage so we could run the solar wire through, and I accidentally on purpose drilled right where our cable and like landline home phone cable goes out of the wall on the outside. So if you come around on the outside, I'll show you what we're talking about.
It's a happy accident. At least the rain stopped. Yeah.
Blizzard just went up behind our panel. I don't like that. Also, that's open under there. Gotta do something about that.
It's open?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, there's a hole in the wall.
Yeah. So originally when we ran the Starlink, I didn't want to drill through the block wall. So I put in a giant telephone pole, created a drip line, which is where you just give it a little bit of droop. That way water doesn't run down the line into the house. Went up through the soffit here, next to where all the electrical goes in. Went through the attic, had my much skinnier friend crawl across and pull the wire, and then we ran it down into the garage. So I used the bit that we had from drilling that hole to drill a hole coming out. I kind of eyeballed it based on, you know, just hoping to be in the right spot, and it happened to come out right where the cable line and the telephone line, if we were going to have a landline, comes out of the house.
You really didn't do that on purpose? That's just so crazy out of all this wall space that you just happened to...
I knew it would be close.
Oh, okay.
Because if you remember the other day, I roll measured it.
Yeah.
That walk behind stick. So I knew I would be close to this area. So if it became too much of a chore to drill through the block, I could always cheat and go through here.
Gotcha.
But we live way out in the middle of nowhere. So there's nothing for us to connect any of these lines to.
Yeah, we don't have internet and...
Yeah. So this will be nicer to have just some sort of electrical box here. I'm going to keep the lines. I might just roll them up and tuck them inside a box, or I might even pull this line through. Actually, no, I am right now going to pull this line through and pull it out inside the garage, so that way I have room for the solar wire to come off that panel, come around here, and come up and go through this hole. It's going to be janky at first, but it's all kind of proof of concept. I want it to be in place and work and make sure we're happy with everything before we bury line and do all that. And the big thing is all our electrical for the entire house is right here. It's important that it's on this side because the power comes from the road and comes to here. So all the power for our whole house is buried in the ground right here. And that's terrifying. So I want to be on this side of it, which is why we're running the cables the way we're running them. So we shall see. This tape is way too strong.
Got that good tape.
It is the good tape. It's like Gorilla Tape. This is string line.
Oh.
So I'm just making a little lasso, but my fingers are so sticky.
Why are your fingers sticky? Oh, from the tape?
From the adhesive on the 100-mile-an-hour tape. So you tie a double knot like that, gives you a little bit of a baby loop, and then you can fold it back on itself and pull it out, which will allow me to insert this bad boy.
And why are we pulling that back through?
we're pulling it back through to create space on this side of the hole.
Oh, so you don't hit it while you're making the hole bigger?
Well, ideally, I might not have to make the hole bigger at first while we're doing our proof of concept. We have this other thing here to contend with, but I might be able to fit one half of it, like the positive end, then the negative end through at a time, because we have a much larger hole on the other side.
Such a nice day. It was raining all morning. I love gardening in Florida. I get to garden for longer than I did when I was living up north. I gotta move this basil. I'm pulling it out. I've replanted and I'm moving it to this middle bed over here to get it away from the tomatoes. Got new ones popping up already. Wanted to make sure that they settled in nicely before I pulled up the old ones. They're getting attacked by some stuff, but I'm fighting the bugs. Oh, a dragonfly. I don't even know if you can see that. There's so many pollinators out here. This is the solar panel that he was talking about. We've only got one up now because he wanted to see what it was like, but we're gonna put a few of them there and try to power at least half of our house with it. What the heck is going on over here?
Interesting. So I accidentally ordered a kit, but I guess that's not the end of the world. What this is 100 feet of 10 gauge wire, copper wire, with MC4 connections, positive and negative. And this should be long enough, and I see now that it's definitely not going to fit through that hole.
No, most certainly not.
But yeah, so with our solar panels, we won't run more than 27 amps, and 10 gauge wires rated for 30 amps. Plus we'll have a little bit of voltage drop for the distance that we're running. So this is what we're going to try to connect from the solar unit to the solar panels themselves. Yeah, you can make your own cables, but for 100 foot or less, for me, I just buy a cable off Amazon. I've had good luck with it. We've been running the shop on solar for over a year now, and it's been doing great with Amazon cables. So until they fail me or we jump up to like really big power, I'll just continue to use these.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Also, I said I was gonna put a box. When I was ordering boxes, I felt like a bigger box would be better because you have so much room for activities.
It's a pretty big box.
Looking at it now, I realized that was a mistake. Probably should have got one like half this
large
size.
box.
Yeah, this is unreasonably large for what we need, but I'm sure we'll find a use for it somehow.
At least it's not too small.
Maybe out at the solar panels where we have all the parallel connections running in, and it's like a big connector there. If we want to put an inline fuse or something, we can mount this to a post and put that out there. But this is a little big to mount to the house.
So that's not gonna fit. You gotta make the hole bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's cool is since I accidentally got a kit instead of just the wire.
Oh, you can take the thing off?
Well, this is to where we can make our own wire. We can make different connections.
Oh.
It's just male and female MC4 fittings, right? But this is the widest part of the wire by a long shot. So there's kind of like two ways to approach it. We could take the fittings off the wire, run the wires through, redo the fittings. I want to be able to just kind of take things apart really easily in the future. So I would just rather the hole be big enough to fit this. Which I thought my drill bit was, and I think it might be, but since we're using the kind of leftover hole on the outside, might have to widen that out a bit. And you can see here, I pulled that wire that was going out, I pulled it inside now, and it's just gonna hang there for a little while we figure out what we wanna do, because we wanna maintain it just in case we ever need it, but yeah. Here's the fitting in comparison to the drill bit. So the hole itself should be wide enough. Maybe not with that cable in there though. Okay, that's not a problem. So this cable being here, even though I thought it was a good idea to pull it all the way inside, is actually just barely going to make the hole impassable for our MC4 connection. So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to tie a long string to this, and I'm just going to stuff it back inside the wall and keep a little bit of the string pulled out. So that if we ever want to get access to this cable again in the future, we can just pull this cable out and we'll have it. Probably gonna need to widen this hole out.
Oh boy. Some hot drill action.
I kind of made it a lot more difficult by pulling the wire in.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I don't want to hit the string. But we'll see.
Okay.
I could definitely fit one in. The problem is my plan was to run one wire through at a time and then connect the...
Oh, and you won't be able to fit both of them in.
Yeah. So maybe I do break the connection on the wires for the inside piece.
Yeah.
And just reclamp it after.
Sounds complicated.
It is a little bit. Don't worry, with the Amazon toolkit, all things are possible.
That was supposed to be a serene nature view.
It's more serene than me cutting with 50-cent made in China cable cutters that don't actually cut through a zip tie.
Are they cutting?
They were, but now they're just mostly stuck. Undo this. I'm just remembering polarities. You see out here we have the positive with the female connection and the negative, or the ground with a male connection. On the inside we have a negative connection, or a female connection on the negative and a male connection on the positive. But so the way these work is you slide this down the wire first, then you...
It's the hawk.
Yeah, so from what I gather is slide this down, put this on the wire, clamp it, then you feed this through here like that, and you force it in and it goes in, and then it will grab in there.
So much room for activities.
Yeah, now we have a lot more room for activities. And I can just take
It's not that kind of video, babe.
I can take a flathead and just kind of...
Junior thinks someone's trying to get in.
So now we'll be able to run one through. I'll be able to pull one of these through and then set it off to the side while we pull the other one through. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Didn't even drain a bar on the Milwaukee.
It's gonna be sketchy on the outside.
Sketchy is a strong word. It would be interesting.
It's like because it's already cracked.
Yeah. So the thing about the outside is that we have stucco. So behind this stucco there is like chicken wire, and it's attached to like a vapor barrier. So all that's going to kind of kink and pull up with trying to drill it out. It's going to make it interesting. Don't know like that. Well, that's insulation.
You can see the wall is already cracked. He says that was before he started drilling holes. Oh, that's so smart. It's so good that you're doing these things. I was thinking you were gonna pass the whole thing through from the other side, not the short end, and keep the long end out here where you want it. Oh man, I would have done that the hard way.
Since we have a little bit of a taper here, I'm going to pass this one through first, because this one will be easier to get through with the partial obstruction.
The moment of truth.
It fits.
It fit.
And I made that hole wide enough
Okay.
to where, pretty sure,
We think.
I got it into the garage directly without having to like put the thing through to pull it.
That's one.
That's one. Now hopefully I can force the other one through.
You always find a way.
What I might do is put some tape around the tip to protect it in case I got to give it a little persuasion. So you might be thinking like, hey, you didn't even put the box on or anything like that yet. How are you going to do that? Well, it's a lot easier to just put the box on this side and just pull it all the way through. Just like I'd rather feed a short amount through the wall, I'm just doing the reverse out here. I put the box on the other end and slide it all the way up and get it into place around the wire. Of course, that doesn't work.
Not big enough?
No, not quite.
Out here?
Out here it's not big enough. We just need to widen this hole a bit. That's okay. Very close.
Almost.
Yeah, baby.
We in there?
We're in there like swimwear.
Oh my gosh, he did it. How do you feel?
I feel accomplished. Get a nice breeze from the outside.
It's not usually something you want to feel through a wall.
Grade 6 is. Now that we have this through the wall, because we have all of one set up, what we need is a MC4 to XT60 adapter, and then that will plug straight into the power station. So what we're going to do is we're going to steal one of our cables from another setup, connect it to a smaller station, and run this out to the solar panel that's out there, and make sure it all works. So this is that XT60 connector or adapter. MC4 plugs into this, and then this plugs into the back of either our Anker or EcoFlow power station. I'm gonna steal the EcoFlow from the garage. That's not being used right now.
Getting the booty shot for the views.
So here we have the Anker. This is what will go in the garage. And then we have an EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus with a Delta 2 Max extra battery. And this is what we're going to test for now.
It's crazy how loud the garage is.
The issue right now is that this is completely full, so it won't accept any solar input. So I'm just draining the battery down a little bit so it'll accept some solar input. So we're getting good sun on the panel, as you can see. We are connected. Theoretically, we should be able to plug the power station in and start receiving solar input. Moment of truth. There you go. Input coming in. Problem is we have nearly a full battery, so by the time that climbs up, this will stop receiving input, but it works. So today was mostly about making the hole. Making sure we had enough wire to get to the panels, and making sure that our wire was good, that it works, no issues. That's a 355 watt panel. We're bringing in 250, 260 watts of input and partial sun, basically full sun. We will have a little bit of voltage drop, that's okay. But you see over there, we're gonna then wire up at least 3 more panels. We're gonna connect to the larger Anker 30 amp hub. And then we're gonna run that to here. And then on this sub panel, we can run our fridge, offices, and the garage. So that's the goal. The goal is to have a big enough unit out here that we run the fridge, our offices, and the garage completely off solar to kind of offset the power bill instead of just having this stuff sitting around for an emergency. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little project. Stay tuned for putting more solar panels up and some wiring stuff that I don't completely understand. Maybe some gardening stuff, I don't know. We're out here trying to get ourselves as off-grid as we can. We're doing some homesteading. So like, comment, subscribe, and we appreciate you.